Is it charged?
It worked yesterday.
All right. Oh, there you go. That's good.
I forgot about that.
I used 2/3 of that tank yesterday.
Yeah. They're leaving it too late at this.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back with you.
Yeah.
It's exactly what we said, Rob. You know, might go for 10 minutes and then the frost will thaw out, won't it? And then you'll be stopped again for a couple of hours.
You've only got 2 days drilling left, or well, 1.5, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Not like you
won't take all day here, you know.
Not like you've got 5 days ahead of you still.
No.
There's 5 days of good weather.
Yeah, and there's 5 days of good weather coming. It's that last pass you do when it's raining. You always think to yourself, oh, shall I go one more? And if I would have...
One more.
Yeah, but if I would have been in a right mess.
Yeah.
You know, like full on.
Yeah,
I got off at the right time. But you're always tempted to go and go.
Yeah. It's, one more, that'll be alright, yeah. Yeah, you're always tempted.
Right, it's Friday morning. It finished up last night. It rained, and not a massive amount of rain, but enough rain to stop you know, just to lick the tyres and stuff like that. So you just got to get off. We got off in good time, so we didn't make a mess. Been a frost overnight, and it would go. I could go up there and do an half hour or an hour's drilling, and then the frost is going to thaw, and then it's going to stick to tyres for another couple of hours. So we're just going to head back to the farm. I think farmer said we've got some tagging up to do. We'll go and help with the cows. It's always a bit weird when you've been out on the drill for a few days, because I just come straight to the tractor, you see, fill up, check the tractor over, fill up, and go again. We had a good day yesterday, so can't quibble about that, and we dodged most of the showers throughout the day, so we got more than we, you know. Yeah, we were playing with fire all day with the rain. I don't know, we must have covered 80 acres yesterday, so I was pretty pleased with that. That's a good day anyway, without breakdown and whatnot. So yeah, I was quite happy with that. I would have liked to have finished the field I was in, because I don't like leaving a field half drilled, but there is good weather on the horizon. It's going to be dry tomorrow, but on the whole we've had a good 3 or 4 days at it. We've got probably a day here, then we've got to change over seed again. Well, actually we haven't got to change over seed, we've just got to recalibrate a seed for up at Peter's farm. There's a little bit up there to do, and then there's a little bit for our neighbour to do. 2 days, you know, we'll be done easy. Right, we've got full house back in the yard, look. That's unusual. Anyway, got plenty of this hay to might just unroll that. It's sometimes quicker to unroll it. Cows need to be spot on again. It's 3 weeks again already, so they got to be spot on again. We're just using up some haylage donated to us by a neighbour, so it's not the best of stuff, but it's all right for the cows. That one looks alright as well, let's take that with us. We've got a bit of alfalfa here as well, so we just scatter that lightly across the top because it's quite rich. But the cows absolutely love it, and they will just fill their bellies up on it if you let them. So we try and limit that a little bit for them. Okay.
Could belong to 3, 4, 6. That's all I've got.
There he goes. Steady. Let's steer.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Wait. What are you?
Oh.
Stronger now. Steady. Steady. Come on, you know me. This is one of the little favourites. Alright, girl. They'll steer. 544, Andrew's girlfriend. Yeah.
I didn't see him. Oh, mate. I've obviously done something to him because I've got a number on him, so I've obviously...
Yeah, you've written on him, I reckon.
Obviously dicked about with him doing something, that.
Yeah.
What up, Cal?
Hey, you're not in that.
Tackle you got.
Alright, girl.
One bollock, two bollocks.
Yeah, we didn't put a ring on him because he was quite young at the time, I think.
Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Okay, mate. It's got...
There we are, sir. On you go.
You sit tight, mate. Let me see what I can do.
Okay.
Push it.
In the pan.
Take it in that pan, mate. Let him go in that pan. Aim him in there, that's it.
Fucking hell. So is he right? Come here. Come here. Come and see him. He's here.
He'll be over the gate at you.
Donkey.
I thought he was walking straight through there. He'll squabble over the gate in front of him.
Right, come on. Out the door.
Just push that way, mate.
Lovely. The old weather's booked its ideas up now. Breezy and sunny and bright. This morning it didn't look like it was going to go, and yeah, so anyway, we're going to crack on. We just tagged up a few calves this morning, helped farmer with the littering up, so we were all about to help for today, so that was nice, get it done quick. This is our last field, this is Bankside. We're going to try and finish the one we were in. We got cut short last night, so we'll see how the GPS lines us back up. So we're not using RTK. I want to see if I can get away from the subscription fee of RTK. So we'll see how that lines up this morning, and that'll be interesting actually. We're going to head out to our mark, do a seed check while we're waiting for connection. And then once we're connected, we'll see how close it all is. This is where we finished last night. So somewhere near. So we'll see how long that takes to connect. We'll do a seed check while we're waiting. Need to open our drill. Nice. And the beauty is here, look, everything's loaded. This isn't even connected yet, and it still knows where we are. I don't know how that quite works. It won't actually, it won't activate until we're actually on it. But I can tell you straight away that I should be on bout number 3, which is what I thought I should be on. Just get our arms in the right place, lower the drill down, we're setting the maximum height, and then we're going to change our number to 3 because we're 1, 2, 3. I like this a little bit further out. Oi, not too much further out, like that, something like that. And now the little yellow symbol is telling you that it's talking to the satellites, so that takes 6 or 7 minutes. So we'll go out and just check the drill over and make sure everything's good. I might just put my hands to the belts and make sure they're good. But we've done a grease up this morning. We should be ready to go. I've checked all the tines. So run the PTO up. You've got to have your handbrake on. Spin her up. Checking every leg for seed. Got to grab some of those tonight. That's it, it's connected. 12:16, 12:08, that's 8 minutes. But we are in the outside, I'm eating my sandwiches. We're out in the open, so and that should be on its most accurate setting. But if you want it to go faster than that, you can change some settings in there to do that, but we don't need that. It just wants us to drive forward. This will be, let's just see where it's going to take us. So this is what I determine as the comeback accuracy. Can you see? We've moved. What have we moved? If we were on RTK, we would be on that line. So all we need to do, and I know that marker should be bang on. So all we do is, it's not far away, is it? You know, you're not going to make a big deal out of it, but all we're going to do is move the tractor over to the line, which is there, should be somewhere there, and then I shift the line to the current position, and now we press manual, get the fan running, let the drill down, and that's exactly where we should be. So you only want RTK if you're coming back to a field and your tram lines are set, say, in this position. You would come back to it and it would be this position. Just need to mark that. But you can see it hasn't moved far away. You're not, you know, you're not shifted. I don't know what that would have been. Probably 15 centimeters, something like that. To just ignore the screen for a moment, just because we've shifted the line. So it thinks there's a gap there, but there isn't. Obviously the scratch mark never lies, so that's why you always leave a scratch mark on the last bout if you were doing this, which we have. And yeah, that to me is perfect. I thought that's how it would be, and it is. So yeah, as you know, we're going to see if we can get away from our RTK subscription. I like it. I like having it. We can drill our fields without it. You know, it's got to be a win in my eyes. It's quite a pricey old thing to get as well. I can't remember what Linda said the price of it was, but it's upwards of 600 quid. If you have over 5 tractors on it, they will give you a little bit of discount, but I still think that is hellishly steep for what you're getting. You know, for what we do at our farm, it's more than accurate enough. You know, we just want our pass to pass accuracy good. That's all we need, and it is. It's very good. Anyway, this feels a bit of a strange one. We've got sand in this corner, we've got clay in the middle, and then we've got brash at the end there. I can see a sticky part here that we're coming to, but I think we shall just drill straight through it, hopefully. The big field, yeah, that disappeared. It was mostly sand like this, and you can go up, like when you get into this sand, we can go up to 15k. I like having the scratch line there because the scratch line doesn't lie. If the tractor's suddenly wandering about, it tells me, because the marker tells me. But for the most part, that is pretty straight. And you got to remember, we're on our drill is on the back of the tractor, so any movement of the wheel makes a movement of the drill. Whereas if you had a trail drill, the movement wouldn't be so prominent, so they get a lovely straight row. But that's just here and there. As long as the field is covered in seed, that's the main thing, and the guys can see where they're meant to drive for fertilising and spraying, and we're happy. Anyway, fingers crossed we don't get caught out by a shower, and we'll see how we go here. That field there, I think, is around, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it's upwards of 40 something acres. Can't remember. We'll mark it out and see what it is. We're just about to come through this little wet hole here. It's not too major, but because the drill, if you look there, that's my seed in the drill. Got about a quarter of a tank, but we're nice and light. And you watch how this thing goes through it. If you had a trail machine, you wouldn't even think about it. And we might get stuck, I don't know yet. We're going to find out in about 10 seconds. But you can see the conditions here, look. Normally you would not even approach that. But we ain't even had to change down gear. And it's that will be fine. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's what I just love this little setup. It's all about keeping light footprint, light drill, big tyres, it just all adds up. But if you had a trail drill trying to pull through that, and I'd already been through the worst of it, but you just wouldn't do it. Even with that, even with Keith's cultivator 900 tyres, the moment it gets sticky like that, it just pulls the tractor still, you know. And it's the same for a drill. If you've got a trail drill, they're lovely tools in the dry, but in the wet they're just hopeless. Coming back through it, look. Now we got to just because it is a little bit sticky, we keep our eye on the metering wheel, which is down here. So look at that. And this thing's gone through worse than this. At Graham and Martin's it was a tiny bit worse. I did think with that one. I did find the limit there, but the ground there was a little bit different, sandy, silty. You just sort of, yeah, different ground altogether. But yeah, I just love this little setup. I know it's not the biggest and the best and the fastest or whatever. We've been talking, we always talk about drills every year, and then yeah, this one is the one that gets used the most because it's the lightest, light tractor, light drill. You can go in the tender, it's just, yeah, it's unbelievable. But every time you increase the size, you're increasing the weight. So then you have to put it on a bigger tractor, so you're increasing the weight again. So I actually think, you know, even two of these drills on small tractors, big tyres, you know, you cover some acres, and we haven't got enough drilling to warrant 2 drills. Yeah, it's going in nice. Even in those areas, that'll be fine. I'm not worried about that at all. In the autumn, you were drilling into worse than that, and you knew it wasn't very clever, and it turns out it wasn't. It just never became dry enough to let the plant grow. So, but another year, it would, and it would still grow. Some of the areas we went into, I said to farmer, we're going to re-drill them. He was happy with them, so we're not even going to re-drill some of those. Yeah, and they were just not, you know, it's the only way to describe what you were drilling into. You know, it was sticking to the metering wheel, sticking to your tyres, you know, it was leaving, but it still grew. There we are. I like these drills anyway. I think they just work in all weathers, all field types, all weathers. I don't know, there might be better seed placement drills like a disc drill. There might be better drills out there that can put the seed evenly into the ground. I wouldn't argue that, but this thing always does a nice job. We always get nice results. And that's a seed alarm. Look at this, look. that will be annoying. There's our seed in the tank. At night time, that will go night vision. I can see it going down the metering system at the top there. And the key is to approach these areas, these touchy areas, not with a full tank, because that, you know, you will struggle then, and it makes a difference. So it's key to approach these sort of areas with half a tank or quarter of a tank, and you'll drill him no problem. Here we go, going into it. We've gone through the worst of it now. You might see some wheel marks, but you know, for the most part it's there. So right, anyway, shut that down. This is one of my complaints, you know, only last year really, was that the screen wouldn't keep up with where you were in the field. It was sort of always 2 seconds behind, but now it marks damn near true to where you are. Well, I can't spot the difference now on this latest update. They have got that right. So now at night time, sometimes it's hard to see where you're meant to pick up in and out, your ins and outs they call it. It's where you pick your drill up when you're coming out the straights, and where you put it in when you're coming in. But with this, it just makes everything so easy. It's all marked and it's all accurate, and it's unbelievable. And as long as you put your parameters of where your drill is in relation to everything else, you know, I have to put in there that the drill is sat back 1 meter from the arms, and then the pad in which that the drill is, you know, all the seed spouts, so you have to put that area in, how wide it is. This drill is slightly offset a little bit, so we have to put that in, and we'll see this year, we'll see if it's any good. But if you add all those parameters correctly, it will give you accurate marking. Broken shear bolt. Now that was actually broken this morning. I just forgot to replace it, and that is that's been just wedged in there, and yeah, managed to stay going. If it would have fell out, we would have had to do something, obviously. Always fun because you can't see. We could have found a short bolt. It's just a shear bolt in case you hit something with a marker. You don't bend your arm, it breaks the shear bolt and folds back. Pretty simple. Tighten up the other side while we're here. Oh, there you go. That one was about ready to go. I'm glad that went now instead of later. Right, so we get a new one of those. Ooh, let's see if we can find a shorter one. That's a bit better. Nut off there. That was a lucky spot. If you do them up from the other way, it'll all fall out. At least this way, they stay in there for a bit, even when they've broken like that. We just started our up and down work. Yeah, just tallying up what seed we've got left versus how many acres are left. Anyway, I've just marked this field out. This is Bankside. According to this computer, it's telling me it is pretty much bang on 19 hectares. If you times that by your seed rate, which is 175, that gives you a grand total of 3.3 odd tons. Now, I had about a third of a ton, yeah, just about 300 kilos in here when I started, so we'll see how good our seed rate is. But you've got to remember, you've got all your ins and outs, your overlaps, and wherever it goes into like a triangle, you've got all that overlap. So anyway, we're on a tram line there, so what I do now is just mark that. I mark that guidance line. With my tramline feature, turn that on. Press 4 because that's the intervals. Go back. Okay. Let's turn the camera off for a minute. Now all our tram lines now are marked across the field. I ain't got to worry about it at all. Not one bit. And it is that easy. So it should look pretty smart. Well, if I've got it wrong now, there's no excuse, is there? But yeah, anyway, seed is going to be I don't think we're going to have much left over, let's put it that way. Anyway, when you mark the boundary out, it gives you an area. It tells you how much you've completed. So I'm 22% completed. I've done 4 hectares already, and we are covering 12k an hour, and we're doing about 5.8 kilometers, 5.8 hectares an hour at the current rate if you've got the drill in the ground all the time, but you haven't. So that'll obviously drop. But there's only one little wet spot in this field. We've been through it, went through it light, didn't get stuck, but made a mark in the field. So it's what it is. Yeah. If I would have gone through heavy, I would have made a very big mark. But we managed to drill through it. We'll see what comes. We might have to recultivate it and see. We'll just see on that one. But anyway, lovely field. Really, we can get up. We can go up a gear. It's nice and smooth. Drill's not bouncing around. You know, it's just gliding through, just as you want it. So we'll be up a gear in here. And yeah, I suspect, I don't know, what does it say? It doesn't tell us until it'll be about two and a half hours, something like that, we'll be done. Yeah, once you're on your straight work, it's just bliss, you know, it's just easy, super easy, as long as nothing breaks. Into the night now. We'll be going home in the next quarter of an hour though. we'll catch up in the morning. We're heading to Peter's farm to do the 2 little fields down there. And I think there's some patching in to do around there somewhere as well. So we're going to have a look at that. But yeah, we'll catch up in the morning.